Alright, 69-second summary for the new Team Rocket's Honchkrow deck, which is good right now, but gets even better post-rotation, which is somehow less than 2 months away, which is something that I can't wait for because it means no more freaking Gardevoir or Golden Go. My original plan was to blast through all the new Megas and Ascended Heroes before getting to everything else. Then stupid Honchkrow decided to become a top-tier deck in Japan in their post-rotation format, forcing my foot. It's not hard to see why this card has so many wins. For a Team Rocket's or Ignition energy, it does 60 damage times the number of Team Rocket supporters you discard from your hand. You play 20 of the damn things, plus 4 Transceiver and at least 3 Factory, meaning you'll be discarding them like dollar bills at a strip club. Even though I did make a list all about the crows that you can find in the description, Honchkrow can't actually win on its own. Porygon-Z and Z each deal 20 damage per Team Rocket supporter in your discard pile. Discard supporters early with Honchkrow, then reap the benefits late with Porygon. Unlike that time humans discover putting your feet together creates a perfect whole, there's not a whole lot of innovating you can do here. I guess Mimikyu and Articuno are fine in certain situations, and Miracle Headset could be the ace-spec over something like Neutralization Zone or Maximum Belt. But all you really need to know is that this deck can one-shot Megas easily, which is what decks come March 26 are going to need. It's never a good time when you start the Ursaluna. I can just feel them, punching their computer right now. And Hot Snakes? Oh, don't worry, we got the Miracle Headset in some other lists. You probably saw my video. You probably saw my video about the Miracle Headset. All right, so we got the Murkrows. Probably should have checked the Honchkrow account, but that's for nerds. And I guess it makes sense to attach the Team Rocket's energy, and I'll explain the decision after I do this one little thing. Because remember, Ariana Grande is a draw up to 8. So by getting rid of that Team Rocket's energy, if I happen to draw, top deck another energy, it just allows me to potentially draw one more. Oh god, it's Dragapult. Okay, this is a rough matchup for us, especially because I can't knock out the Porygon. It also allows me to retreat, or I can't knock out the Ursaluna with Porygon, but this does allow me to retreat as well and into Honchkrow. Or I can just Giovanni, but that's not good. I'm gonna have to drop the I have to drop the Neutralization Zone. Oh god, the stupid Badoo. If I'd known this was gonna happen, I would have done things slightly differently. I mean, I can hack off. Oh no, we can knock out the Badoo. That's what I always forget with this deck, is you can knock out a Badoo for free with the Murkrow. So it's probably not a good idea to do this, but you can knock out the Badoo with Murkrow for a Team Rocket's energy. So it's not great, but you're just like, hey, I can do 30 damage with Torment. That's good enough. You knock out a Badoo, you make them slightly less annoying. They're still very annoying. They can also just knock out my Porygon on the bench with a Dusclops this turn. But let me just double check. Is Archer damaged from an attack? No, knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Yeah, it's a good name for what I go through playing TCG Live, PTCGL Dev. So remember, this deck gets really good in just under 2 months, because remember, rotation is March 26th. IRL, it's April 10th, but on PTCGL, it's March 26th. They could knock out the Porygon here. They can't do anything about the Murkrow and the active, which does create an interesting situation. Because I'm in a situation where it might make sense to just put the Factory down, but they essentially have to find their jamming tower, right? I'm not going to be surprised when they go for, another Badoo this turn. That's fine. They're just giving me more prizes. So the question now becomes, do I put the Factory into play, or do I just take the knockout on the Badoo with Torment? And I think we just take the knockout with Torment, grip the Factory, and just sort of let them have their way with me. There's a Honchkrow. Okay. Oh, crap. But do I put the... Oh, this is such a weird situation because I'm not playing the 4/4 Honchkrow build. So they can literally just completely body me, but I also need to be able to draw cards, which is also not the best thing here right now. All right, well, I guess, yeah, we just take the knockout. So again, this deck is a little awkward right now. Again, post-rotation is when it's really going to shine, because Iono's out of the format. Dragapult's not nearly as fast. Dragapult has to play other things, because it can't really just rely on the, counter-catcher Iono Lucha combo. But, like, what are the odds that they just go Lily's Determination for 8, get the Jamming Tower and the Dragapult and the Neo Upper Energy? That's never happened before. And Clan Burglar, this deck will be better when it's Porygon. And this is why I didn't want to, you know, do the... And there we go. Oh, they got the Watchtower. That's much worse. Oh, they got the Watchtower. That's much, much worse. All right, well, we can't really do as much as I want to do. Okay, so, yeah, we could have knocked out the Latias if I had a Giovanni. We can't knock out the Dragapult, and this is the downside to focusing more on the Porygon than the Honchkrow. Man, they just had everything. That is insane. But we are, you know, you never know, right? You never know what's going to happen. They're going to knock out Murkrow and Porygon. They're going to go down to 3 prizes. As long as they don't put a Duskull... Oh, as long as they don't put a Duskull down. As long as they don't put a Duskull into play. Okay, Archer, I believe in you, buddy. They don't have any draw Pokemon in play. We got to do this. Okay, so you're done. You're done. I have to go. Oh, good golly. Miss Molly. All right, so I need to evolve both. So yeah, we're definitely putting Team Rocket's Factory into play. We're definitely... Oh, are we definitely doing that? I guess technically it doesn't matter. So if I Giovanni the Duskull... That buys me another turn for sure, right? But I lose Archer. So I have like, again, 2 diverging paths here. If I go for Archer, they could win next turn. So I guess I have to go for Giovanni in this situation. Like, I don't really have a choice right now. It's just kind of got to be Giovanni. All right, so Candy, and then how many things do we got in the discard pile? We have very few. We have very few. All right, so I have to go Team Rocket's Porygon. We got to bring up the Duskull. And then we got a Team Rocket's Factory. Well, that didn't help really at all. Thank you. That was completely useless. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so I have to get a Giovanni next turn. Right? And I don't technically need the Porygon-Z. I need the Giovanni. So I think we just go Reconstitute. All right, get rid of that and that. Draw... Ooh, we got the... Damn it, it would have been the top deck. Okay, so we just win if I can Giovanni their Latias. That's all we got to do. We just have to Giovanni the Latias, and that's game. But obviously, they're going to Iono me, and that's going to end my entire hopes. And we probably would have had game if I hadn't used Reconstitute. Because literally our top deck was going to be Giovanni. But the issue with Giovanni is that you have to switch your active Team Rocket's Pokemon with one of your bench Team Rocket's Pokemon. So, oh no, I do lose because they're taking a knockout and I can't use Giovanni. That's right, I forgot about Giovanni's first effect. So you have to have a bench Pokemon, which I don't have. So I needed to play with my balls, and I don't have enough to knock out a Dragapult. And I don't believe there's no Mimikyu in the deck. I don't have a way to knock out the Dragapult. So yeah, we're kind of screwed. Ample sample text. I'm going to get through every Mega. Today is Honchkrow. Tomorrow's going to be Dragonite. I decided I'll be doing Dragonite tomorrow, and then next week it'll be Meganium, Emboar for Alligator, like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then I'll probably do, I don't know, Hawlucha? Hawlucha seems fun. Well, I don't know. Yeah, see, we were going to get Iono, so it didn't really matter. I wouldn't say I screwed up. It's just this deck gets screwed over by Iono. Yeah, just, you gotta have Mimikyu for, like, free retreat. You know, Articuno is good. But I don't know if Dragonite would be classified as fun. It seems very bricky, right? Because you got to rely on a stage 2 that doesn't draw you cards and discards energy, stage 1s that don't draw you cards and accelerates energy, but they're very weak. All right, well, what'd we get? Well, we got nothing. That's cool. We got a hot nothing. Okay, so they currently don't have game. So I have to go for the Murkrow. You get your butt tickled by Lopunny? I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I would not be against getting my butt tickled by a Lopunny. All right, so we can technically win next turn. So, yeah, because they can't take the prizes this turn because I put the... Oh, no, if they have a Gust card. So if they have an Iron Bundle or a Boss's Orders, they can win because they have the Hawlucha. They put the Hawlucha in their hand and they didn't play it, right? That's what they went and got. They played with their balls. Wait, when they play with their balls? They play with their balls at some point. That's me. I'm Trust Your Pilot. You should subscribe to that guy. Yeah, so they grabbed the Hawlucha. Did they get rid of it? They did not. So they have a Hawlucha. So if they have a Boss's Orders, they win. If they have an Iron Bundle, they also win. Because remember, the Articuno only protects your basic Team Rocket's Pokemon. Only your basics. And this will be in the YouTube video, win or lose. But I surprisingly have a decent chance of winning. Okay. And socks, just buy celebrations. Okay. How does Trust Your Pilot win this game now? Let's just believe in the heart of the cards, right? I say we believe in the heart of the cards and we just go for it. Because the Giovanni... I can't Giovanni and do anything. I mean, I can Archer, but that doesn't seem good. I don't know. There was a world where I Giovanni and do some things. That's unfortunate. All right, so we go... That goes there. I'm going to Ariana Grande. We do have enough to win the game if we rip Ariana in a Team Rocket's factory here. Wait, mathematically, does it make more sense to use the Transceiver? I think it does because I want to get the factory. Right? I think in this specific situation, I think it makes sense. Right? Usually you wouldn't want to thin the deck, but because I want to find... Oh, crap. But because I want to find Murkrow, or sorry, Honchkrow and the factory. Son of a butt face. All right, well, we still technically can win this game. Technically, we can still win this game. It's very, very unlikely. It's very unlikely, but we can still win. We still have a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance. They can't use Phantom Dive. They have to have bosses. Oh, no, they can't even win with... Yeah, see the Torment. Torment, the goated attack of all time. But then what do I do? Do I just play Proton and hope that I get the Honchkrow off of the factory? Is that the whole strat? So they're going to be able to use Jet Headbutt. Like, I stopped Phantom Dive. I didn't stop Jet Headbutt. But what is my strat? Because I can use Giovanni. Like, if I top deck Honchkrow, we win. If I top deck Honchkrow, that's GG. Game over. I win. Suck my butt. Crap. And I can't retreat this guy. Okay, so if I Giovanni, I can't stick anybody. They would just retreat. So yeah, it just has to be Proton for factory and hope. Yeah, we have game if I just draw into that Honchkrow. Oh my god! Oh, wait, no, we we don't have game because it's not enough damage. We almost had it, though. We almost had it unless... so I can't use that one. We almost had it. I really thought we were going to have more supporters. So, yeah, it's just going to be 240. We came up that close to winning. But they got game. We were one supporter short. I really thought we were going to have it that time. That was so close. Well, the problem with Giovanni is they would have just spent an energy away from, you know, retreating, or if they had an air balloon, that would have lost the game for us. So there was nothing we could have done. We were one supporter short. Just imagine if Iono didn't exist and they had to, you know, play Crispin and stuff in their deck instead of just having Hawlucha. But that was really close. Again, this deck gets better post-rotation. Right now, it's a little bit tricky. Wait, am I going to lose this game? I essentially have to... Huh. Okay, so I think what I do is I attach... Oh. Yeah, we're in a situation where I have to attach the ignition to the Porygon, retreat into the Murkrow, and then we have to take a knockout. But then I have to be very, very careful because it's Wabbit hunting season. So we have to go retreat. We only have 7 energy left, and I have to take 6 knockouts, and they can easily get a turn 2 Thigh Explosion. Ryusham, exactly. Archer is a lie. If you don't know what I'm talking about, YouTube audience, it's what happened in the last AM sub to the VODs channel. Yeah, 6 knockouts and 7 energy, but we could have prized 3. You know, you saw what happened What? Oh, I forgot about the lightning weakness. Oh, no. If they had a Vitality Band, we would have gotten bodied by a Murkrow. All right, so... Or by a Pichu. Luckily, Torment takes the knockout, so that's fine. I'm gonna put the Mimikyu down just to maximize my Ariana draws here. Oh, wow. Wow, that's bad. Okay, luckily, Torment takes the knockout. If Torment didn't take the knockout, we would have easily lost this game. Because apparently 4 Pokepad and 4 Honchkrow is not enough to find a turn 2 Honchkrow in this deck. Alright, we got this. Oh, I see what you were doing, because you're a child. Because you're a child. That's what it was. 6 knockouts and 7 because you're a child. I was trying to impart wisdom. I was trying to bequeath some wisdom upon my viewers that I have to be very careful about my energy situation. All right, so they're going to knock out the Murkrow. They wouldn't have been able to take a knockout if I had a... Oh, no. Okay. Luckily, the Dracloak is just for draw. If you haven't played Typhlosion in a long time, you have to find somebody to pair it with. You know, some people play Charizard, the Terra Charizard EX. Never mind, they play Dragapult EX. Oh, crap. You're not supposed to be playing that. If anything, you should have a Luminous Energy in that deck, but... Please go for the TM Evolution play. Please. And I don't have a Lily's Clefairy, so I can't one-shot a Dragapult EX. So having the Mimikyu on the field is PMC full, but then you gotta play Psychic Energy. Okay, I've made several mistakes in my life. Number 1 was becoming a streamer. Number 2 was migrating on day 1 to PTCGL and not going back. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot make this stuff up. There has to be someone out there pulling the strings. There are no strings on me. All right, so... I could Archer, but that doesn't really do anything. I mean, I guess technically I should Archer, but what if I don't take the knockout? But then again, like, what are my better options? Because they're gonna get a Typhlosion. Yeah, this is bad. They're gonna have a Typhlosion next turn. So it's like, yeah, I can do the thing. I can Team Rocket's energy and knock out a Dreepy, but they guaranteed get a Typhlosion next turn and start doing the thing. Okay, that's terrible, but it allows us to do things. As long as we got the Porygon-2, we had a chance to win. So we got the Porygon-2, so we have a chance to win. And then I go retreat. They have to attack with a Typhlosion next turn. It's unlikely that I can knock out a Typhlosion, though. Because we only have one Porygon-2. I wasn't able to get another Murkrow. And they're... Oh my god, we need Murkrow, not Honchkrow. Yeah, there's no way, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, if I can reconstitute. Okay, so there's a slight chance we can take the knockout. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They get... This is a... Never mind, it's not a perfect knockout. They just have it. Okay. So we have to go Ariana. We have to Ariana into Pokepad or Porygon-2. We need to get any energy. And then we have to... Oh, wait, doesn't... Wait, what? What is happening? Why didn't they go for the Typhlosion? Okay. So they're kind of all in on the Dragapult now, aren't they? I see what they're doing. They're going all in on the Dragapult. So this is our chance. As long as I get 2 supporters, we win the game. They should have maybe recognized that I don't have a backup attacker and just gone for the knockout with Typhlosion. Oh my god, we were so close to not getting that. All right, so we'll go Murkrow down. We have Sacred Ash, which I don't want to use. Really regretting that Mimikyu on the field, though. What the hell? Okay, this is great. This is totally fine. I can't... This is crazy. Okay, so we have to go Team Rocket's Transceiver for, I guess, Proton, because that's the least good one. And then I have to Rocket Feathers. Or I guess technically I could retreat, but that seems a little too sketchy for me, right? Okay, so let's reconstitute, see what happens. We're going to get rid of double Honchkrow. That makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, good. That makes me feel actually much better about my decision here. We knock out the Victini. They can take 2 prizes with a Dragapult, but they're currently stuck at a 2-card hand. They're going to be able to draw 3 cards. If I am able to discard enough with, like, the Porygon-Z, we can win. The problem is this version of the deck is 4/4 Honchkrow and then 3/3/1 Porygon. And if you're trying to focus on the Porygon, you're gonna have a bad time. Melmetal, do you keep hitting this deck or the Typhlosion deck? Because Honchkrow's the new hotness. This is like the second best deck from Ascended Heroes. But it's a top 6 or 7 deck in Japan right now in post-rotation. No. Oh, God, they got it. Okay, this is fine. They're going to take 2 prizes. Okay. And Jose, I don't know. Maybe they're playing an old list or something. So, yeah, the Mimikyu would have been great if I could have Mimikyu'd twice. So they're going to go for the Mimikyu 100%. Yeah, you have to knock out the Mimikyu in this situation. I don't have a way around that. And then they're going to have a Typhlosion. But I can't really use Torment either. Right? I can't really use Torment because they can just retreat into a Typhlosion. There's a Porygon-2. That's pretty good. Okay. And then we want to... Huh. Okay, so if I Giovanni... Oh, this is so bad. Okay, so if I Giovanni the Porygon, get rid of their Cloak. This is fine. Everything's fine. There's a Giovanni. Okay, so we got the Porygon-Z, so they're not going to win next turn. That is the one thing that I can bank on, is that they can't win next turn. Okay, so that goes there. I'm going to Night Stretcher for the Honchkrow. Okay. Oh, geez. And then I think I reconstitute the Sacred Ash in the Team Rocket's factory, because I just need the deck to be supporters at this point. That's really all it is. I just need the deck. I need to find Ariana, and then I need to Team Rocket's factory, and then I need to just try to one-shot that Dragapult, because all I need is 6 supporters. 6 Team Rocket supporters is a knockout on that Dragapult. The issue is that if they have a counter catcher or a boss's orders, the Honchkrow is getting knocked out, and then they can set up a knockout pretty much on whomever they want. But I would attack with whoever they damage with Dragapult. Wait, hang on. If they're just attacking... Wait, the Typhlosion has a 2 retreat cost. Are they attacking with Typhlosion right now? That's perfect. I'm happy with that. Oh my god, we just won. We just won the game because I'm going to get rid of all of my supporters. Not my subscribers. You're way too important to me. Okay, so we just win now. Because they can't take a 2-prize turn. We're going to have all the energy. We have enough energy to win. Case in point. And then we go step 1. Oh no, we go Transceiver for Ariana. Oh my god, that's so many supporters. I'm not going to get a knockout, am I? But we have Giovanni. We'll be okay. Everything will be fine. And then we go Ignition Energy on you. Actually, I guess to be safe, we go Team Rocket's Energy. And then Ariana. I only need to get rid of 3 with Honchkrow's... Oh my god. I only need to get rid of 3 with Honchkrow's attack. Okay. That goes there. Now what the hell do I do? So if I get rid of the Team Rocket's factory and the Proton to draw a card, that's an Ignition Energy. Wow, we're going to get screwed over by an Iono here. Well, we're about to get absolutely obliterated by an Iono. Well, an Iono is about to end our lives here. Okay, so a Hawlucha, they would have to have 2 Hawlucha to win the game, because that would knock out the Murkrow. So I believe I've done enough to win. Famous last words. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. So we're at 280. So I just need to get rid of 2 more supporters. And we can very easily do that. Right, I just need to get rid of 2 more supporters. And that's GG on the Dragapult, because I believe I've used all my recovery cards. Yeah, we're down the Sacred Ash, we're down the Night Stretcher, and that's... Oh, we do have a Honchkrow somewhere. It's either the last prize or somewhere in the deck. But the issue is that... Oh, no, I just have Giovanni. Okay, I was really worried there for a second. No, the issue is that I'm an idiot. The issue is that I'm an idiot. Okay. Oh, God, I panicked there for a second. Like, can we get the knockout? I'm going to try everything in my power to get the knockout. But there's a very decent chance that I have to Giovanni the Dracloak for game. All right, so we'll send up... I don't think it matters. It just... Either I have it or I don't. If this is a supporter... Well, okay, well... Okay, I'm still going to try. I'm still going to try. So we go... hang on, we're doing 280. So wait, no, I don't think I can do it. I think I have to go Miracle Headset for Petrel. And then we go, hang on, please tell me I'm not going to screw this up. So if I play Petrel and get a Transceiver, oh my god, I didn't check the deck to see if we have a Transceiver. Oh no, if it's the last prize, I'm ending stream. Okay. if it's the last prize, I'm ending stream. Yeah, then we just get the Archer. God, that would have been the peak pilot right there if I screwed that up. And then we got the Honchkrow too. But it would have been just absolutely peak pilot if I managed to screw that one up. But I've never screwed up before. Oh, I almost got you, didn't I? Almost got you right there. Would have been peak pilot. Yeah, but I wanted to see if I could do 320. You know, normally I don't see things like that, so thank you for pointing it out, DC fan. But in this situation, I wanted to prove that I could do 320. You know, I knew there was a way to make it happen. But this is why you need more than one Porygon-Z. So it's just such a weird list that you have to build. Like, you want to have 4 Honchkrow, but then it's like you have a 3-3-1 Porygon, but you kind of want to have 2 Porygon-Z so you can build up a late-game Porygon-Z. It's crazy. A lot of moving parts, but I'm the #1 Honchkrow player, so that's all that matters. So the Mimikyu can't retreat, and I have a stupid freaking Ignition Energy in my hand. I mean, we're playing against Dragonite, so I guess technically it's worth it to put to waste the Ignition just to make sure we can. Nah, it doesn't matter. I can go. Let's just Ariana and believe in the heart of the cards. Ooh, that surprisingly worked out really well. Really, really well. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. You want to knock out my Mimikyu? As long as you don't have an Iron Hands and multiple electric generators, I don't care. But that was crazy. That was a crazy, horrible start. It looks like they don't have any spice. It looks like it's just Stunfisk Electric Dragonite. And remember, you have to put an energy on the Dragonite to use its ability. The Sacred Okay, they're still only doing 60. You're still only doing 60 with Pouncing Trap, even with the weakness. I'm not worried. But yeah, the Sacred Butt Plug, it's only if I have an ability. So the Honchkrow isn't affected by it, so we're fine there. Well, no, you play at least 1 Stunfisk. The fact that they have 2, that's the spice. There we go. Okay, so remember, Evolving breaks the lock, but I would probably just go for the knockout if I could. Oh my god! This is insane! Okay, they don't have any Terras. I guess, yeah, I mean, I have to Giovanni. I was like, I guess I Giovanni. No, I have to Giovanni. And then, I mean, it doesn't matter who I bring up because they're going to be able to go and get their Dragonite. But if I can knock out the electric, if I get a Honchkrow, no, that's not a Honchkrow. So we go, yeah, Team Rocket's energy. They already wasted a boss's. So I think I just end turn and be like, I'm just going to knock out 2 Dragonite to try to win. Because what's good is the Honchkrow has 130 hit points, so the Stunfisk can't knock it out with another Pouncing Trap. So I'm not worried about the Stunfisk. The Stunfisk is a nothing burger here. The Dragonite is also way too overkill for them, but they kind of have to use it. And I will be making several Ryu Know Nothing Jon Snow jokes tomorrow, for those of you who are wondering, because it's Ryu No Glide. But yeah, the butt plug. The butt plug doesn't matter. But let that be a lesson to all of you. Butt plugs are not as useful as they might seem at first. Oh my god, another freaking bosses! Are you kidding me? What the? Who just... They... Okay. Oh, alright. Who activated the anti-streamer? Who activated the anti-streamer client? All right, well, it has to be Archer. I can't do anything else. It has to be Archer. And then we get absolutely nothing. Thank you. And then I literally have to pal pad the Ariana and I guess the Archer back in because I'm... Oh, they haven't fixed the... They haven't fixed the glitch. Are you kidding me? This card's been out for a year. They still haven't fixed it? Are you kidding me, PTCGL dev? You still haven't fixed that issue. Where if you palpad the supporter that you played back into the deck, you can't use Team Rocket's factory. I pointed this out last year. Destined Rivals came out in May. It's January. Okay, it's been like 10 months. Oh, got to give them some leeway there. They still haven't fixed that? Are you kidding me? Such a well-made game. PTCGL is the most well-made game of all time. They can't even fix things that their unpaid intern, me, pointed out so long ago. Okay, so we have to go for Proton, I guess. And then we have to get just all the things, because PTCGL is a well-made game. So we lose this game because PTCGL doesn't know how to work properly. Yippee! Yippee, PTCGL doesn't know how to work properly. All right, well, let's, yeah, we'll put that there, I guess. And then I have to use Deceit to get women to date me. So yeah, we'll go Deceit for Ariana. Because Torment doesn't really matter, but they don't have the energy. So if I Torment and they can't find an energy, we just kind of win. But also, if they have the energy, I mean, they had back-to-back bosses, right? I can't believe in the heart of the cards when your opponent has back-to-back bosses. And Vanilla Coke Boy, Dragonite is the deck tomorrow, so we will find out. But no, Dragonite is not a good deck. The only reason I'm going to lose this game is, well, they had the energy, but it's a water energy. But what they could have done is attach the water energy to the Stun Fist, hard retreat the Stun Fist, and then electric and energy to a Stun Fist, and then just put it back in the active or hard retreat into the Dragonite. And Jose, well, don't worry, they're adding a new tutorial that when they already have a tutorial, but it looks like they're going to whiff an attack, so that's good. Somehow they don't have another attack. Can I get a Honchkrow, please? Oh my god, I went and got an Ariana for this. Okay, we're going to draw 2 cards. One of them's not going to be a Honchkrow somehow. Thank you. We finally got a Honchkrow. It only took 70 years to find a Honchkrow. All right, then we go 1, 2. Finally. Yeah, there's a tutorial about Badoo. The deck select glitch still happens a lot. People are reporting more about the pink card glitch, or sorry, the magenta card glitch. How much do you want to bet they're about to hit me with an Iono when I have a perfect hand for destroying a Mega Dragonite? And Transceiver for Geo. I could have, but I don't think I have the knock. I wouldn't have had the knockout, right? Because I needed to Ariana to draw some cards. And my backup plan was just to hard retreat, because obviously they don't quite have their Dragonite ready to go. Okay, well, you're new, but we don't allow swear words. This is a family-friendly channel, so I just have to time you out just because that's the only way we can delete messages here for some reason. Don't worry about it. It makes no sense. Did they just put a Legacy Energy on their Dragonite? Yeah, I would just normally delete comments, but I don't know how to do that. So that's why I got timed out. It's not because I don't like you, because you potentially might give me money, which is really good. But the thing that happened is, oh, we're golden. As long as I can get a Honchkrow, we win the game. So if I go Petrel for a Night Stretcher, which I'm not sure is in the deck, but I'm going to go Petrel for a Night Stretcher. Good. Okay, we got Poképad. Sorry, we have Poképad. We have Poképad for Honchkrow. I'm pretty sure this is a knockout, because we go Transceiver. This is 7. Oh, they're going to be so salty. They're going to be salty like the tears that... Oh my god. Finally, you know, all this negativity was building towards this moment. My entire life has been building towards this moment. And then we just have to make sure that we leave all of our draw supporters, because I don't need no Gust anymore. Gust cards for nerds. Gust cards are for nerds. No one needs them. 540. All right, so I need to get rid of 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think Ariana is better in this situation. So that's 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360. Yeah, that's 420. And then we save 2. Math? Yes. Trust your pilot is the goat at math. And I didn't even have to worry about the butt plug. Again, I told you, butt plugs are useless. And we can knock out that Dragonite. So the Legacy Energy means not... Oh, no, wait. I have to knock out the Dragonite with a Porygon-2. I cannot use a Porygon-Z to knock out the Dragonite because it would take the 30 damage if they have another butt plug. So if they're able to fit 2 butt plugs inside them, then we're in trouble. And Rat Trap, have I considered Bangle? Yes. The problem is that it takes up a spot of like a Palpad, and a Palpad is potentially 120 damage, whereas Bangle is, 30. So it's like, yes, Bangle is good on the Porygons, but I'd rather have a Palpad for the Honchkrow. So it's like, you have to make a decision at some point. Like, how many butt plugs can you fit? And, the decision I made is, Bangle is less good than Palpad. But I understand where you're coming from. There was a list earlier that had Bangle for the Porygon. So if you're focusing on Porygon, yes, Bangle is a good idea. If you're focusing on Honchkrow, a Palpad or Miracle headset is better. All right, so we just go up with the Porygon. Chris, what's the first thing you think of when you see this? What is the first thing that comes to mind what this resembles? You can't tell me, oh, that's definitely a Sacred Charm. No, that is a butt plug. I don't know what butt plugs you've been using lately, but that is definitely one of them. All right, so we have to go for a necklace. Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. All right, so let's go get a Honchkrow out of the deck. Maybe they'll target the Honchkrow, which is fine. And then we go Ariana Grande. That's a Factor. That's a Paddlin. You're ruined forever? Hey, mostly it's women that say that to me. Okay, so then we just go R command. And we have damaged the Mega Dragonite. I don't know why they bothered keeping the Legacy Energy. Because it doesn't really matter. So as long as they don't have Wally's Compassion, we will win this game. If they have Wally's Compassion, we lose this game. But they would need... I mean, they can still win, right? We can still lose this game if they Iono me, which is, this game's Kryptonite, or this deck's Kryptonite. Like, we have 4 Team Rockets Factory. It feels so bad playing 4 Team Rockets Factory when your opponent doesn't play items or doesn't play stadiums. But then it's like, if they have stadiums, you want to have 4 copies because it's additional card draw. But in this situation, it's like, I just have 3 random factories at the end of the game for no good reason. Thank you for playing the Lilies. All right, we can win this one. I mean, I don't even really have to do anything. I just go Honchkrow in the active and then take the knockout, and that's GG. And there's a Night Stretcher. So what they had to do was attack with Mega Dragonite. Yeah, see, I told you they could fit 2 butt plugs in there. They needed to attack with this Dragonite and then hope I don't get Giovanni. But I got rid of all of my Giovanni and I don't have a Miracle headset, so they need to attack with a fresh Dragonite. And they should be able to. Oh, they don't have a Lightning Energy. They didn't see the line of play. They did. What? Okay. Thank you. I'll take that all day long. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that. So then we go, yeah. So Proton, we want a Proton. Oh, wow, we got no basics left. Okay, so we have Miracle Headset, we have Transceiver, we have all the things we need to win the game, essentially. And then we can factory. There's a Porygon-2. So I want to get rid of the, hang on, how much damage? I'm doing 300. If they put me in a situation where I have to do the thing. Oh, this is tricky. So wait, Do we have the Pal Pad? We don't have the Pal Pad. Oh, this is rough. This is a rough one. I have to make a decision here. I think the decision is that we just try not to lose. Because if I Sacred Ash and I Archer... Wow, yeah, there's really no good option here for us. We just kind of got to believe in the heart of the cards. I wasn't expecting games to be this grindy with this deck. This is kind of crazy. All right, so yeah, because I didn't manage my Giovanni counts correctly, we're probably going to lose. Unless we just get the Miracle headset. But it seems like they're not attacking with a fresh Dragonite. Which is, okay, Dragon Elixir, that's fine. Unless you, do they have 4 of those things? Chrissy, I'm out of Giovanni. I did not manage my counts properly. And one of my 6 cards left is Miracle Headset. But they're playing the Dragon Elixir, which is just like a jumbo ice cream for dragons, but it has to be your active. Okay, wait, this could give me the Miracle Headset. We're gonna get an extra chance of finding the headset. Crap. That's not good. That's actually really, really bad. Yeah, see, again, just as soon as Iono leaves the format, we don't have to worry about that. Post-rotation, the worst they can do outside of Unfair Stamp is a Judge to 4. Right? That is insane to think about, is that we're going to get Judge to 4 instead of an Iono to 1. All right, well, I guess I have to go up there. Well, they Iono'd me, so it has to be like a Miracle headset. Oh, you were right! You were right, Ratman! We don't win the game, though, unfortunately. Because they just have it next turn. So I would have to go... Sacred Ash. We have to put in the Porygon-Z. And then I have to Transceiver for Ariana. And then so just one more turn would have been the difference. If we get the Porygon-Z, it's going to be close. And we didn't get the Porygon-Z. Damn it. We were that close to winning. We were literally that close to winning. We were a 1 in 4 chance of winning the game. Away from winning. Isn't that crazy? We were 10 damage short. So again, like I said, a Judge to 4 instead of an Iono to 1 would have been the difference between winning and losing. If we got the Porygon-Z, then I ditched the Ariana from my hand, and that does 380. So I did everything right that entire game. PTCGL just decided not to cooperate. So this is absolutely the surprise good deck of the year. But PTCGL just got in the way of fun. And, you know, it made me hate life. And they played it smart by giving me the Dynamo that turn, you know, the Iono. But that's really the only weakness to this deck right now. Yeah, I played perfectly except for the Giovannis. But with the Miracle headset in the deck in such a thin deck, I thought we'd be able to get there. So I think pre-rotation, you should play more Porygon-Z. And then post-rotation, it doesn't really... Okay, what's the point? You have game. And then post-rotation, you can play less Porygon-Z. All right, you don't deserve the extra prize card. Yeah, I'm going to be Tom Petty. I don't know if this is going on the YouTube video, but if it is, I was so close to winning. It's just, Iono is the only thing holding this deck back right now.